Hi there, hope you're having a good day. Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be talking about the Li-Ning JB 4. So price will probably vary depending on where you are. Either way, this is an expensive shoe. You can find these on Kick's own. There's a triple black colorway. Mine here is called the Red Shadow. Upwards of $200 in USD at least. Even in China, the JBs are one of the highest priced basketball shoes out there, along with the Waveway 12, Gamma's, and Anta's newest scam. Sorry, I just hate it when brands charge this much, but it is what it is. This is the fourth signature shoe of Michelle Obama. Hey, by the way, Steph Curry just wore these in game too. Well, he's been paying tribute to legends like MJ, Kobe, D-Wade, and now his teammate Jimmy Butler. Doesn't necessarily mean that he's about to sign something with the brand or even negotiating anything with them at the moment. But yeah, coming off of a perfect hoop shoe, the JB3, I'm sure a lot of you are just as excited as I am to see how these are. Let's do that right now. As to how the JB4 performs, cushion has stayed consistent with how the previous model felt. Bouncy, responsive, not the super soft or plush type, but it's like some crisp action underneath. A nice bounce for sure. No mushiness from the foam. Same setup as the Waveway 11. Carbon core drive system, which is basically full length boom with a carbon fiber plate sandwiched in between the foam. Springiness is there. The midsole is well guarded, pretty heavily caged as you can see. Jumping around, getting up and down in these, you feel safe for sure. This setup does a great job to reduce impact. For those who have a good strength in your steps, you can probably feel the benefits of this cushioning more. They're about average weight. I measured my 10.5 pair to be around 420 grams. 418 for one shoe and 420 for the other. On their product description or poster, they're advertising this shoe as lightweight. It literally says 387 grams for size 10.5. That's quite far from my measurements, just so you know. It feels more like a mini tank on feet than a minimal and fast shoe. So please don't be mistaken by how they're phrasing it. Traction is amazing. It is their GCU also, more effective than traditional rubber in most cases. Here the pattern is made up of these tangled tree branches. Matches the green color really well on this pair actually. Grippy, but not very squeaky. The best part about its traction performance to me is that it also really doesn't pick up dust. I didn't have to wipe much to keep it clean. Dust didn't get trapped in between these grooves, and it was just a consistent stop every time down the floor pretty much. I can't say the exact same about GCU on the Waveway 12 because you'll need to wipe more often playing on dusty courts. So the JB4 traction is certainly top tier based on my experience. For outdoors, I'm not sure yet. Given the nasty price, maybe not. For sizing, I'd recommend most people to go true to size. It has a similar fit to the previous version, JB3. Still rifle friendly, but unfortunately did become a little bit pointier in the toe box. If you have narrow feet, you can perhaps go half size down. Otherwise, stay true to size. I don't think sizing up is needed, especially given the clunkiness. It'll be a bad idea to risk having it be too loose while your feet are moving around inside this hard outer shell, if that makes sense. The midfoot section is pretty spacious. I had some issues where my pinky toe is with the fit. After a long sesh, this was sometime last week, like about 3 hours in, I didn't feel a serious foot pain or anything. But when I took them off, I noticed a blister on the outside of my pinky toe, on my right foot. See where the front tip of the giant Li-Ning logo is? That's where I think some people could potentially experience some pinching. I never had anything as such with the JB3, so small complaint here. This area is kind of annoying. Wearing a thicker pair of performance socks helps a lot though. Material, this is an important part because it got harder. Almost too hard. Almost. It is technically a three-piece upper. The way they're molded together didn't create a weird feeling. These trims on the exterior, however, they are stiff. Honestly, you shouldn't anticipate a nice break-in. You're looking for an adjustment time, after which you're more used to it. That's it. Imagine putting on a strong and tanky body armor. They're calling it IBR. It's essentially a 3D molded upper with injected rubber material. TPU overlays. On the bright side, everything feels safe and secure. Excellent stability. The trade-off is it's really not that flexible. And breathability is about average. Enough padding on the interior, that's good. I think it's more important that you know what to expect here, because it really depends on your preference. Once again, the key word here for this upper is hard. Lockdown, flexibility. Overall, I think this is an excellent all-around performer. To summarize my experience in one line, the JB just keeps on getting harder. You'd have to ask ChatGPT what JB means in Chinese. Otherwise, you're missing out on their campaign. Yeah, jokes aside, that's really how it went. The 4 got even more rigid in terms of the upper, the support features, and structure in general. Upsides of the JB3, downsides of the Foamposite and LeBron's. I personally think the 3 is still that optimal product. This is kind of going towards the LeBron 23 route, so hopefully no harder than this in the future. But traction is elite. It's an ideal choice for heavy players. Lighter and faster guards, you can use it too. Think about Steph. He didn't just warm up in these, he played the game in the triple black pair too, right? Then again, for someone as good as Steph Curry, they can hoop in anything. If you force me to pick one between the JB3 and 4 in order to have the best time as an average consumer, my answer is the 3. Anyways, that's it for this one. Let me know your thoughts on the JB4 down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.